I was running from myself those days.
I don't like this about Chanel, and you might think that they're the same, but they're not. To have trendy or classic flap, it would be like you pay so much for a bag and then it has this happen to it. Caviar is just like, ugh, caviar. This is the third time I've tried to film this and I keep falling over this chair. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hello to anyone that's new. Today we are going to be going through my full handbag collection, and I should have counted them before I started. I think there's 26, but I'll put on the title here how many I have. And it's very interesting for me to do this because I think the first time I filmed it I had, well not probably the first time, but I think I once shared over 40 Chanel bags. And I feel like this is more helpful because I've really condensed my collection of bags. And I'm so happy with my collection at the moment. As you can see, I do have other brands. I love Saint Laurent, I love Gucci, I love Hermes. So check out my other videos if you want to see my full handbag collection. I think I need to film another full handbag collection actually because I've got so many new bags in the last 4 months. But this one is just going to be the Chanel bag because I know there are so many Chanel bag lovers. I have a new bag to reveal, which I'm going to do very, very soon. Like in the first part of the video, don't worry. And I also thought I'd change this video up by showing you some Chanel inspired looks. I do have a lot of Chanel ready to wear, but I think before Chanel ready to wear, I think comes after luxury accessories, because ready to wear is actually more expensive and cost per wear. It's not as wearable as accessories. So I feel like before that stage it's really fun to introduce some Chanel inspired pieces, which even though I have Chanel ready to wear, I still love the whole Chanel look. Not just because it's Chanel, just because of the whole vibe, like this cardigan with the piping, with the pearl buttons. I've always loved this kind of vibe, so I have lots of exciting pieces to share alongside the Chanel video, because I thought if you like Chanel bags, you'll also like Chanel inspired looks. It's a brand I've spoken about before. I had such an amazing response from it, that's why I wanted to do another one. And I also have a discount code, so I think you're really going to like this video. So let's start off with the Chanel reveal. So if you're new to my channel, I do love vintage Chanel. Way before I even started to buy new Chanel. I've worn this bag a lot already. This is the new bag. And if you're a follower of my content, you will know that I work with Luxury Promise and I filmed my first proper live show with them. This is not an ad, I bought this bag. Although I work with them, this is completely separate. These are all the bags that I've bought, not in a collaboration at all. I started working with Luxury Promise because, well, I'm involved in that industry anyway, but because I was buying so much, I must have loved everything about it. So, you know, I work there and I'm still buying bags. I already have a white Chanel, which is this jumbo one, which I bought brand new. And at the time, white jumbo Chanels, well, white classic flaps in general, were actually so hard to find. I'm hearing about all these new rules where you have to have a relationship and a buying history. So I do recommend going vintage, and I can honestly say I prefer the look of this. I prefer the 24 karat gold hardware, the chains are much thicker and heavier on the vintage. The leather just feels so much better quality. This is not a shaming video on Chanel at all. I'm just trying to be helpful if you're investing. And here I have like all seeped glue, which happened very early on when I bought this. And it's so much, oh no, sorry. I have seeped glue in another one. The glue on this one is here. Can you see that? It's pretty terrible, to be honest, isn't it? Like, you pay so much for a bag and then it has this happen to it. Whereas you just do not get that with the vintage ones, and the price is so much better, and you can just, this was hard to get. I mean, I remember when Luxury Promise got one in, I said, please let me buy it, please let me buy it, and it was the Mademoiselle one. And because I work there, I have to let other people have a chance. And this one, it went on the live show, so many of you saw this, it went on the live show. And it went up and I kind of froze. It wasn't me doing the presentation of this one, it was one of the other girls, and I was in the background just froze. And I said, take it off, I'm going to buy it. So that's my new bag. Hilarious if any of you witnessed that. I was quite embarrassed afterwards because that was me, like, in the moment shopping. So I'm so happy with it. But 2 jumbo Chanels, I'm trying to give you Yeah, jumbo, not maxi. I would love a maxi. That's going to be my next one, I think. For those of you that think I'm a bit extreme, as you can see, I'm not like a young girl in my 20s. So, you know, I'm one of the older YouTubers. And I've worked in luxury fashion my entire career since I was 17 years old. So that's a long, long time. And because I work in fashion, I've always had discounts and, you know, collaborations and things like that. So I just want to stress, this is always on my mind when I'm sharing like a flashy video like this. I want this to be helpful for you to see what looks nice on me, how I wear it, you know, if you want a white Chanel, which one my advice is, and just a bit of fun and entertainment. Please never buy bags beyond your means, or luxury things beyond your means. Be sensible. What else was I going to say? You know, you can recycle and sell things. There's one other thing that's gone out of my mind. It's gone out of my mind, but yeah, I just want it to be helpful. So 2 jumbo Chanels, and then whilst, shall I move you back a bit? Now you've seen that bag, I can move you back a bit. We're going to Paris tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. I'm going to be taking this with me. Bigger bags are back. It's a thing, we all know. I still love a mixture. I don't care if bigger bags are back. I will still be wearing my mini Kelly. I will still be wearing all my like miniature bags like this one. I'm not bothered about trends, but I just love a mixture. But while we're talking about the jumbo Chanels, we're going to talk about the Mademoiselle. I would say that I probably have an even selection of new and vintage. Probably I do prefer the vintage a little bit more. Yeah, I do. I prefer the vintage ones more. Just the look of them, the quality of them. This is the Mademoiselle. I absolutely love this bag. I usually wear it. I'll have to do cutaways, but I always wear this one like this. This also looks great crossbody as well. An amazing tip for chains if they're too big. You can get them from Chanel, but to be honest, just get them from Amazon on eBay. They're little clips, and before these were invented, I used to use a safety pin, and you can just clip them together like this. They're tiny little rings, but you can use a safety pin, and then you can adjust it. So never deterrent from a bag because you think the chain is too long. You can adjust it so many different ways, but I tend to wear this one like this because it's the perfect kind of bag. This fits everything I need. It's not too big, whereas this one, it's slightly bigger. And you might think that they're the same, but they're not. I got the Mademoiselle first, and then I got this maxi flap. And my next bag, I think I want another one of these. It's one of my favourite bags of all time, even including my Hermes bags. This is probably my favourite Chanel bag, that if I could only have one, I really think it would be this one. The first one I ever bought, which I'm going to show you, is very sentimental to me. But if I could only advise you on one bag for Chanel, it would be this, the vintage one. It just feels the quality, the huge 90cc. I love everything about it, and I'd have it in every colour. Also the Mademoiselle, which is ever so slightly smaller, I find. They're both really great bags. This is lambskin, this is caviar. I'll link as many as I can below. So that's those two. The Mademoiselle and the Maxi. And I have one more Maxi to show you. I told you I'm a fan of this bag. And then we're going to look into some ready-to-wear pieces. So we're kind of mixing it up a bit. This is another favourite of mine. The Maxi in the brown suede. I absolutely adore suede in bags. It's probably not the most durable, but I actually find suede is even more, it's easier to look after than something like Payton, which is often considered one of the most practical leathers, but it's not. A warning about Payton: if you ever pack them together in a suitcase or have them side by side in a wardrobe, the colour can transfer and it goes under the first exterior lining of the Payton and you cannot get it out. Sometimes you can get it out with nail polish remover, but once you stain a Payton, it's always going to be there. So don't be too scared of suede. I love the texture just with a knitwear. I love brown. This is one of my favourite bags actually. I absolutely love it. So you can tell that I'm a very huge lover of the vintage Chanel and the maxi. I still have not finished my collection with that. But I do gravitate more towards these than my smaller classic flaps, but we're going to talk about them next. They're newer ones and they're much smaller, so hopefully it's something for everyone. Or maybe you're like me and you like all of them. Now let's talk about some Chanel inspired ready to wear and how you can maybe just have one Chanel bag and a few accessories. So we're not going to go too much into accessories, but I have these here. Again, they're vintage. Again, I have a mixture of new season and vintage. I literally buy whatever I like. So these are probably my all-time favourites. They're very hard to find. The price of these are extreme. Even when I bought them a few years ago, they were expensive. They're quite heavy as well, so I'll show you some cutaways of some new versions. So I'm just trying to give you some guidance if you're trying to build your Chanel wardrobe. One bag is more than enough. I know that's rich coming from someone like me. I love it that I still hear people that listen to my advice when I say get one colour bag. I always gravitate to black first, then I'll go to a more neutral colour like this or cream, and then I always go for a pop of colour, whether it's, you know, a baby blue, like I have a baby blue Chanel one here. We'll talk about the trendies in a second. I'm very opinionated on the trendy now. Or like a lemon or a pink, and I love it that so many of you like tell me that you've followed that advice and it's worked for you. It's worked for me. So pair of earrings, they can be, sorry, that was Paris asking me what name I want on my credit card. Let me know if you want me to talk about this, because there was some confusion on my Instagram where people were saying I thought you didn't have a credit card. And I think I should talk about things like this because, as I was saying, never live beyond your means, buy things on credit. But there's a difference if you can get to the level where you're trustworthy with yourself. It's taken me a few years for me to be trustworthy with myself, with having a big credit, you know, when we get into detail. But it is good if you're going to pay cash for a bag, for example, that's £4,000 or £5,000. Put it on the credit card, build up your credit rating, but then pay it off straight away. That's a big difference to buying it with money that you don't have and paying it off a month. That I wouldn't do, never have done, and I'm not going to do that. So just to clear that up. So the earrings, it could be a small pair of studs, it could be something new season, just something that you can wear with all outfits. And then we'll go on to the ready to wear. So as you've seen before, this is, I would say, Chanel inspired. It's not a dupe. A dupe is something, sorry if you already know, but just to speak it to everyone, so we're on the same page here. A dupe is when it's something that's new in the store or has been new, and it's basically a copy of this. It's not a fake. A fake is when it has like a fake branded label inside and it's literally trying to rip off another brand. A dupe is when it's basically the same, and to legally sell it there needs to be 7 differences. Inspired is when they've used elements like the piping, the formal kind of style but in a casual knit that's very Chanel, and the pearl button. So this has not been in Chanel, but he has that Chanel vibe. So there's inspired, there's dupes, and there's counterfeit. This is inspired, which is what I love about this brand. For those of you that didn't see my previous video before, this cardigan is by Urban Revivo. I have so many pieces from them. For the price of their pieces, the quality is actually amazing. For example, let me show you this jacket. This is actually one of my absolute favourites, and I have it here because I'm packing it to go to Paris. A big tip whenever it comes to shopping on the high street, and I did touch on this before, yes, fast fashion is very apparent in this generation and it's a problem, but that doesn't mean we can't buy high street clothes. Just buy something that is still going to last the test of time. Try and look at the composition of the fabric. And the whole ethos here is not to buy clothes to throw them away. It has nothing really to do with the price. It's about when something you can wash it and rewear it, and it can still stay in your wardrobe. The tip I have is look at the buttons on these. The buttons on this piece completely elevate this outfit and actually make it look luxurious, and I absolutely love the buttons on here, and it's on all of the buttons. So every detail of this is actually really, really beautiful. And if you saw me walking down the street with this, my favourite term, in a pair of jeans. I think it looks like a really special piece, and imagine with like one of my black Chanel bags. I think it's really beautiful, one of my absolute favourites. Look with the earrings. So top tip, whenever you're buying lower price point pieces, look at the details, such as, are the buttons working on the sleeve? Usually not, that's normally for an expensive tailored piece. But then look at things like the buttons, and I just love the fabric. It's like that trendy Busil kind of sofa fabric that we're all loving at the moment. And tweed, you can't beat a tweed jacket. I'm going to change my earrings because I've had them in for so long. These were the other ones that I was telling you about. I've had these for years. I literally used to wear them all the time at work. And then this is an example of a pair that are new. And these actually go really nice with this cardigan because it has the pearl detail. I would advise buying a size up in this brand. I do. I get a size up with everything that I had. However, this cardigan is a size small and it actually fits me really perfectly. But if you wanted to buy it much bigger, you could wear it as a dress, which is so nice in springtime when you wear like some knee-high boots. I think that would be a really, really nice look. Or like a Chanel belt, that would be really lovely. So, beautiful look together. Can you just see that it complements the whole Chanel look? And I've just got a pair of cream jeans on, so it's not too formal. And a lot of people think that Chanel ready to wear and inspired looks are a bit granny, even though I love that look. So we've spoken about this. This is such an easy piece to wear. You can literally wear this with whatever you like. A leather A-line skirt, black jeans, black trousers, leather trousers. It's one of those pieces that you can wear with anything, and the price point of this brand, you will fall off your chair. I'm not joking. I had such a huge response because you couldn't believe the price. And then with my discount code, it's just really, really worth it, and for the quality, I find it amazing. One of my next favourite pieces from the brand is this cardigan, and I'm actually going to put it on for you now. How stunning is this? This looks so expensive to me. It looks like really Miu Miu. I've seen so many Chanel vintage pieces like this. This is so beautiful. They actually do this in navy as well, so I'm going to buy that for myself. Because it's like the shape is perfect. It's like a little bit, it's not crop, but it's not long, so it fits really nice, sits really nice with the jeans. I literally got these in the sale, these cream jeans. I'll try and link them below. I hope they're not sold out, but they go in with everything I have here. Really nice spring colour as well. And I'm loving this colour. It's like an off-white, so it's not white, it's not beige. Really, really nice colour, and that's black, so that's actually going to look really nice again with the Chanel bags. Look how beautiful. A look like this. I can't believe how well these jeans are going with everything. Like this and that. How amazing. So I've got the really fancy bougie Chanel bag, like one of the most bougie ones I own. I love this bag. I'll talk about it in a second. And then this cardigan just completely complements the look. This is probably one of my all-time favourite looks that I've worn this year, and it's perfect time for Paris because Paris is a bit more humid than London, and I wanted to get loads of really nice knitwear, especially because I'm running around. I'm going there for work. I'm going to Premier Vision. I'll be going to fabric factories, fabric outlets, all this kind of thing, so I don't want to wear a coat, but this is a really nice look. How nice. This actually looks a lot nicer than like what it did in the picture. I'm like obsessed. Look from the back, from the side, from the front. Absolutely love this. So let's talk about one of my other favourite bags. I feel like I'm saying everything here is my favourite bag because I've had my Chanel bags for so long, and I feel like I'm the most happy now with my collection. But this is my XXL Chanel Classic Flap. When I bought this, I remember I got to the till. It was about 2 years before the price increase. I think I've had it around 2 years. And I remember thinking, pull your card out and don't get it. This is ridiculous. And then I just thought, no, because I'll regret it. And I would have absolutely regretted this. The reason why I jumped at the chance of getting this is because I've always wanted one. I did have one in vintage, but it wasn't the one that I really wanted. It was fabric and it was the reissue. And as much as I love it, it was too expensive to just sit and have there. And I wanted it in a classic flat, not a reissue. And I wanted it in leather. Chanel always used to do one of these every other season, like the airport collection, for example. But they were always fabric and always different colours. And as soon as I saw this, I went straight to Chanel. I put my name down for it and I'm so glad that I did it. Since this bag, they've actually released slightly smaller. So this is the original, the first one that they brought out about 2-3 years ago. It's really hard to find on the pre-loved market and it's very expensive. And I use this all the time. If I'm going to a cafe, to work or something like that, it just fits absolutely everything. It's the most amazing bag when I go to Paris on the Eurostar because I can just hold it like a regular Chanel bag, but it fits so much. Like I can fit like a couple of Kellys in here because I always have my expensive bags on with me, like on the plane or the train. I use it so much and I'm so glad that I have this in my collection. And people always say that it's like really heavy, I'm going to break my back, but it's really not. And it's like a hold-all, but you know, it's up to you if you don't like it, but I absolutely love it. So that's one of my absolute favourite bags that I have, and that was new. I don't want to take this off because I absolutely love it. I'm probably going to wear this on my first day in Paris. Let me show you another one before we move on to another bag. Okay, next we have this baby blue cardigan that looks like it's tweed. It's like a tweed knit. And do you think they couldn't be any more perfect? Look at the buttons, pearl buttons with the gold chain rim, just like my earrings. It's literally the perfect match. This would look so good with baby blue and brown. I absolutely love baby blue and brown. That would go so nice together. Well, it does. But also I love, if you know me well, I love pairing the same colour throughout the whole look with different textures and different tones. So this for me is such a me look. I love wearing the same colours. So let's now talk about the trendies. So the first trendy that I ever bought was this beige one. This was the first Chanel trendy that they ever released, the first colour that they ever released. I'll put the date here because I'm terrible with remembering dates. I think it might have been 2014, something like that. I'll have to check. And I walked into the store, I saw it was a seasonal bag. And they've done a couple of colours since, but it's not this nudie warm beige, which I love so much. It was the first lambskin bag that I ever bought. And I remember I nearly didn't buy it because of the lambskin. And I had to have it, and at the time it was really expensive, but nothing compared to what they are now. So I am so glad that when I was younger I used to buy a lot more Chanel bags because I didn't really have as much responsibilities, and I always knew that. I was like, I'm working really hard. I just want to build a really classic collection so that now I get to the point where I'm spending more money on property and prioritising my children, and that was the plan that I did. And it worked out really well for me, especially because of the gigantic Chanel price increase, which I will touch on that at the end of the video. So that was my first one that I bought. When they make, Chanel do this, that when it becomes, if it's a seasonal bag, remind me, it's not alive, is it? So I have the red one here that is a good example, which I'll show you in a second, of a seasonal bag that did so well. They brought it back 2 seasons later and they doubled the price. Chanel love to do that. If something is popular, like the Grandad sandals, whatever it may be, they will bring it back and they will double the price. If it does super well, again, for a second season, they make it a classic. And I don't like this about Chanel. It just kind of ruins it. Like whenever I see something that's like, I don't get that anymore. I don't get that, wow, I have to have that from Chanel, because if I don't get it now, I'm never going to get it again. I have to call my SA and put my name down. All of that's gone now because they're just going to release it again, and if it is popular, everyone's going to have it, and then it's just going to be a classic. So I really miss that about Chanel, and I know that so many people watching this probably thinking it's pathetic, but it's my bit of fun. It's what I like spending my money on, you know, it is what I'm into. So when that element of fun and that chase is gone, I'm kind of over it. And when the price is so expensive, that's why I've refound my love for vintage Chanel again, because the quality is there. And if I find something like this, I think it's harder to find than walking into Chanel and getting a trendy. So, you know, things might change, and it's no hate towards the brand, because all of the bags that I have here and I'm showing you I absolutely love, and I'm still keeping an eye on the brand. And if I love something, yes, of course, I'm still here ready, I'm looking and waiting. But this was the first one that I had. I don't think I'd ever get rid of this. Now, for those of you that asked me about the trendy, I still think it's an amazing bag. I'm a huge fan of the top handle bag and a crossbody, so that's a massive plus. It's really practical bag. I feel like it's a bag that you can take to an event, to a wedding, to a dinner date, but then also crossbody it for, you know, daytime. So I do think that this is a beautiful bag. If you're thinking of investing in it, I do think it's amazing. If I had the choice to have trendy or classic flap, it would be a classic flap now, because I just feel like this is a classic, but that to me I'm not fully sold that it's a classic, and I wish they'd kept it as a seasonal and brought it every 5 years. For me, it would have been a lot more powerful to do that with this bag, but I still love it. The next one that I got was actually the chevron, and I wanted this for the sake of the colour. This is actually really amazing condition, this is, and I actually got this pre-loved, but it was basically new. At the time, I didn't really like the chevron, but I like it more, I have to say. I think I do like it more because they don't do them as much. And with how much I've been looking at chevron floor these days, I actually really love this chevron colour design. Wow, I've got loads of makeup in here that I thought I'd lost. So, excuse all the makeup, but the trendy has three compartments with different compartments in here, and the classic type flap at the back. So it is a really, really fabulous bag. You can get these pre-loved, and for the price I probably would look pre-loved. I love a Chanel Twilly as well, and this is probably one of my favourite ones that they've ever done, and I have this in the beige colour, which I normally put with this one. And I do recommend putting a Twilly on a top handle because they get really, really worn down. The next trendy that I got was the black, because at the time I really loved the trendy and I just wanted to get it out of my system and have it in black and follow my own rule of black, beige and a pop of colour, because I was obsessed with the trendy. This was before it got really, really popular. But let's see what happens with Chanel. I'm hearing that it's really, really hard to get one of these, and I do really like it. It is a really, really beautiful bag. I actually haven't used that in a long time, and I love it in the lambskin. But I think I should probably use this bag more because I do really like it. So yeah, my 3 trendies, I was thinking about selling them, but I think I'm going to keep them. I think I regret it. But this whole look looks really nice with this. This is really comfortable actually. None of them are itchy. Size up. Don't forget to use the discount code. But it's incredibly comfortable and it's nice and thick, so it doesn't feel like that really thin quality. I popped into a high street store. Oh, okay, fine, I'll tell you. I wasn't going to tell you, but it was Zara. And me and my mum love going into Zara, and I was like, let me give it another chance. And I got a couple of things and I just thought, oh Lord, what have I done? It was so thin, like, what's happened to Zara? So I do want to get all my fun things on the high street. I don't want to be paying £5,000 for a Chanel cardigan every time I want this kind of beautiful knitwear. So that's why I love this brand, because the quality is there. Okay, we've done the 3 trendies. I'm going to change into one more outfit and then we're going to look at all my classic flaps. This is another cardigan that I love. This is so beautiful. It's like these jeans are, I didn't even plan the whole looks, but they go so nice. So this has got like a really beautiful knitwear pattern. I don't really know how they've done that, but it's like Chanel quilting, like a diamond print. Isn't that beautiful? Again, the black piping, beautiful black buttons, again like a Chanel bag. So this whole quilting, you just don't expect to have that kind of quality with a high street price point. So loving this. Each time I put one on, I'm loving it more and more and more. But just a plain simple outfit, a nice classic bag, a nice pair of earrings. That is just me all over. layer it with a big long coat, or in the springtime have it open with a pair of denim shorts. This is going to literally take me all through the year, this. Right, shall we talk about my classic flaps? My first ever Chanel bag that I ever got was actually a vintage bag that was like this with a backpack, and I sold it, and it's my biggest regret out of all the bags I had. Sold it, and then I got this one. And you've already heard me say this probably 1,000 times, but I saved up the money to get one. Went to the till and they told me that the price had gone up that day, and it was only £250, which is mind-blowing because now they're going up £2,000. Like, it's crazy. I remember I thought that £250 was crazy, and I had to wait another month to gather that money because I'd literally scraped every last penny. So mine is the double flap with the black interior. I get so many people asking me to sell this, and I would never because of the sentimental value. But can you see how it's... Can you see that it's tarnished? Whereas you don't get that with the vintage. So that is one thing that's really sad about the newer bags. I think they did this in 2008, I think. I'm so terrible with numbers. And the year after they went to maroon. So if you've got a black interior, or you come across a black interior from the new style, the new collection with the caviar, hold on to it because it's actually a really rare bag. So I have the black one. I think this is like one of the ultimate bags someone can have in their wardrobe. The classic flap, it's got so much history, like with the love note pocket, the way that you can crossbody it, you can hold it like this. I feel like it's for every occasion. It's the most perfect bag, and I loved it so much that I actually got a vintage one. And for those of you that already don't know, I've teamed up with Luxury Promise to give away one of these bags. We announced the winner on the 18th of February. All you have to do is follow me on Instagram, Luxury Promise on Instagram, and comment on either or of our posts. That's all you have to do. I'll leave the terms and conditions, but you could literally win. It's this exact bag, not this one, they've got it in the store. But I can honestly say that I wear this one more than this one, just because the gold, like this is more of a faded gold. I love how gold this one looks. I love the lambskin. I always reach for this one, always. Look how lovely that looks. And you don't have to have a Chanel bag. You can have, you know, just any black bag and still go for that Chanel inspired look. But if you do have a Chanel bag, I do think that all this knitwear that I'm showing you, it's really beautiful, and it's a way to keep that nice luxe, elegant look without spending a fortune. So that looks really nice, doesn't it? So I've got two of these. Now one of my favourite bags, which literally causes so much commotion. I always get asked what the colour is, where I got it from, and I seem to be quite good at picking the bags that cause quite a scene for a few years afterwards, and then no one can get hold of them. And just keep an eye on the collections and buy what you love. And I'd always wanted a grey classic flap, and they'd released so many unusual ones like the mermaid grey, bluey grey, all these different kind of colours, and I was adamant to wait for the perfect dove grey, and they actually launched this in America, and I got it from Miami, and I got a friend to pick it up in Miami and help me get this bag. And now they do it here, and they release it every couple of years. Again, it doesn't feel so exclusive, and I don't mean to talk down about Chanel or, you know, ruin it for other people. I'm just trying to explain how much this brand has changed, and I think it's in the middle of evolving, and I think they're going through a lot of changes, and I think they'll find their feet soon. I hope so. But anyway, this is my grey classic flap, and I love it. I love this bag so much. I always wear it. It looks so good with like beige tones. It looks so good with bright colours. Every outfit I put this bag with, it just looks so amazing. So don't think you've got to buy a black one. You can literally, I always say, don't buy a black bag just because you think it's right. If your favourite colour is fuchsia pink, and you always wear your favourite high street fuchsia pink bag, go for a fuchsia pink Chanel. Wear the colour that you always wear. Don't get dragged into, oh, I should get a black Chanel classic flap. Colours work just as well. So that's another one of my classic flaps. And then, let me show you these two. I know that this video is so long, but I don't really know how to get through it quickly. This is a vintage bag, and just to be completely transparent, this is painted. So this was a vintage bag that was so beat up and faded, and I got this painted with the Restory, and they did such an amazing job. I know it's painted, so I can kind of feel it, but it does not smell of paint at all, and it was a bit risky doing it, but I think it turned out so incredibly well. It's like this bubblegum pink. So, I mean, I do recommend that if you've got a really beat bag, or you find one on the pre-loved market that's like really like, oh, you don't even want to wear it, like it's a really tainted, stained white colour, go and paint it. If you've got one that's been passed down to you, that's a horrible colour that you don't like, go and paint it. But I mean, I got mine done at the Restory, so it did come out well. But look how nice this cardigan looks with a pop of colour. Looks so lovely, doesn't it? That's another one of mine. I wanted a nice fun colour. This is the last Chanel bag that I bought brand new from the store, and I haven't been able to wear this because I got it, I think, during COVID. I can't remember when I even bought this. I think it's, yeah, it was in COVID, because I remember I blocked myself out of my bank account because I hadn't been out for over a year and physically used my card, and I forgot how to use it. So that was funny. When I got to the till, I thought it was something like 445, and I got to the till and I think it was like something like 6,000 and something, and then the price went up again, and I remember thinking, what? And it was too late at this point. I'd already got myself blocked out, and I literally spent half an hour in Chanel getting myself back into my bank account. And at this point I was over it and just bought it. Now I haven't been able to enjoy this, and I still think it would be so amazing to wear this. Actually, I did take it to Saint-Tropez. What am I talking about? But you know, it was only a few days in Saint-Tropez. I feel like it will be a great summer bag, even out and about in London. Jeans, white t-shirt, baby blue dresses. I'm yet to fully enjoy it, but I'm glad I got a lemon one. I am glad that I've got it. So that was the last one that I bought. I'm not saying that I won't buy any Chanel again, but at the moment my advice to you is to go pre-loved. I mean, look how amazing that is. And I'm not saying don't buy brand new. Like if you buy something like a classic flap or the trendy, you're going to be really happy with it. We've still got so many bags to get through. And I'm still loving this jacket, so I'm going to keep it on. This is the red bag that I was telling you about. That was a seasonal piece, and they did it in white and navy, and they brought it back, and it was twice the price. I wish that this bag was not painted. I've only got 2 painted bags. I do a trick of wrapping this around like that because I find that it's like too long, and I always end up just like wearing it like this. But it's a really cute bag. This cardigan looks really nice with a pop of red. This cardigan literally suits anything that I'm putting it with. But it's a really nice evening bag. This was a seasonal piece, and it was in one of the collections where they might be changing their strategy now, and I haven't seen it for a long time, so I think this strategy has been and gone. Someone probably watched my YouTube channel at Chanel and thought, well, let's stop that then. So it was every 3 seasons they would do like really amazing prices. A seasonal bag would be extortionate one season, like my knitwear bag. Okay, fine, I'm skipping a bit. This knitwear bag, the season before, it was extortionate. A knitwear bag was like, I mean, I'm telling you prices that are cheaper than what they are now, but it would be something like $495, and then this one was $1,600. And it was 6 months apart, and then it would slowly go up, and then it would skyrocket up, and it was a pattern. And so I'd always buy my seasonal pieces. The classic would stay the same, but the costume jewellery and the seasonal bags, it was the time to buy seasonal bags. Keep an eye on it. They might still do it, but I haven't seen a good price for around a year, so I think that they've stopped it. Which is a real shame, because it was the best way to get seasonal bags. So these are 2 of my seasonal pieces. A nice pop of colour. I got this one after I had a black one, a beige one, and then I got this. So I've always stuck by that rule. This was my wedding bag that Paris picked me. It's a very quirky bag, and I remember I really wanted a beige or baby pink classic flap, and we were really young, like mid-20s, and he couldn't afford to buy me a classic flap. I couldn't afford to buy myself a classic flap back then, so you know, if you are in your early to mid-20s, don't ever put pressure on yourself, like your time will come. So this was a really nice option. And I remember the photographer was like, what is this bag? It's like a ski bag. But I love it. It's really special. It looks really great with knitwear. And it's just a really special bag to me. I love knitted bags. This is my next patent bag. And it was my proposal bag from the Beverly Hills Hotel where I got proposed to, and it's the Beverly Hills pink colour, so an extremely sentimental bag to me. I love the Beverly Hills pink colour. It's my only square small classic flap. I don't wear this kind of small bag all the time, but one, I would never get rid of this because it has so much sentimental value, and just the look of it brings me so much happiness thinking of the memory, and it's a bag that I would love to pass down because of what it means. And I know that there will come a time where I'm into wearing these kind of small bags, so although I'm not reaching for it now, I used to always wear it, and I know that I'll wear this again. It's nice to have a bit of a selection. Don't get rid of all of your bags because you're into big bags. Try and keep a bit of a selection of sizes. So that's that. We've done the trendies. We've done, oh, we've got a vintage. No, let's talk about this. This was released in 2015, and I remember that because it was when I got married and I saw it in the Chanel store, and I was, wow, all my dress, I'll put up a picture here of my dress, it was all pearls. I bought the fabric in Israel. I made the dress with myself with the help with a seamstress, and this would have just been the perfect wedding bag with all the pearls, and I just couldn't afford it. Like, as I was telling you, both Paris and I couldn't afford anything like this when we were that young, and I loved it so much. And then I found it on the pre-love market about, I don't even know, about 4 years ago or something, and I bought it straight away. And that's why I love the pre-market, not just for vintage. You can get hold of things that you missed. I always check the pre-love market, you know, there's something like this that you couldn't afford or you couldn't get hold of, and you can find it on the pre-love market. And then when we had our London wedding, because we weren't legally married in England, we left it so long because of just personal issues that we had and people ill in the family. I was able to wear it for the London one, but that's my only like really evening bag, and I love it. And I have worn it before in the day, like with a white knitted jumper. It looks really nice. But I feel very lucky to have such a beautiful bag in my collection. We'll talk about this whilst it's here. This is my only reissue that I have. I bought this a long time ago when I was working at Harrods. It was so expensive, and this doesn't sell for that much on the resale market. And I think it's because the reissue isn't a thing, but I think for someone that loves Chanel and has this many Chanel bags, and I'm not saying it's the biggest in the world, but I have a fair few, I want to keep a classic reissue. This was created before the classic flap, and the chain was inspired by Gabrielle's time in an orphanage, and this was the exact same chain that they used to hold the keys. It's a well-known story, many of you probably already know it, but I do think the reissue is very chic, and when you speak to people that work at Chanel, they tend to really love this one because it's so understated. French women love the reissue. French women love lambskin, by the way, because they think it's the original, and caviar is just like, ugh, caviar. I like both, but I have one reissue, and I love the pale gold. I think it's very elegant, goes with a lot, and it's a really lovely evening bag, and I can never part with that one. Should we put one more jacket on? I think we should, because I love this one. I don't want to take it off. Let me put another one on. Wow. I absolutely love this. The fit of this is so nice. You normally get with high street prices, the cut isn't very good, but, and you know, knitwear's a lot easier to create than a tailored jacket, but this is so lovely, like literally undone like this, with all the detail. Imagine sitting outside a Parisian cafe. Definitely follow me on Instagram if you're not, if you want to see us walking around Paris. But like I can see the full length mirror here, and this with my cream denim. Look at this. This is like, how nice does that go together? That is so elegant. This look is without a doubt coming with me to Paris. That is so beautiful. Really impressed by this jacket. I think they do it in black as well, and I can't tell, like the price points are normally under £50, and then you get my discount, and the discount is really big. Again, I'll put up the discount code here. Everything will be linked below, and a lot of the pieces sold out quickly last time, so don't make sure you don't miss it. Now let's talk about another Chanel piece. When I bought this, this was such a scram to get this, and I remember still got the seal on this. I remember I was quite disappointed when I arrived that it was satin, because this bit is leather. It's quite deceiving, and I presumed that it was leather like my other one, but actually it's satin, and I would have much preferred it in leather. I love this bag. I've been offered to sell it for like in the 20s. I think it was, the last one I sold, I think sold for 18k, which is mind-blowing for a fabric Chanel bag. I mean, I know it's beaded. The chain on this is ridiculous. I don't know what happened with this. Oh look, you can see. I was in London and I didn't have my clips with me, and I just used the Chanel ribbon from the carrier bag. It's so easy to just adjust that. Can you see how I've done that? And then I just made it at a crossbody length that I like. So you can use a ribbon, a safety pin, or whatever. It's a really good trick to do. I love this bag, and it was very tempting to sell it for 18k when the lady offered me that. But I love it. I think it's a really, really special bag. I lied earlier by saying that's my only evening bag. This is, obviously, look how beautiful that is. Do you know, I think I'm going to take this to Paris with me as well, because this is definitely the perfect time to do this video, because these are all the kind of Parisian outfits that I love. And can I also just say, this outfit is very elegant with the cream denim, but I would actually wear this jacket with my maxi flap in black and a pair of black joggers. I know that everyone's probably thinking, oh my god, she's ruined it, but that's me. That is how I would wear. I love mixing really feminine with masculine. Like, you'll always see me in a frilly dress with a pair of biker boots, a heavy big black maxi bag with a pink frilly dress is how I like to wear my outfits. And I can imagine this even with a pair of cream joggers. It doesn't have to be formal, so you're going to get so much wear out of this. I hope that they've got some left, and if they've got the black, I'm definitely going to get it. I hope they do it in like baby blue and pink, but I don't think they do. So that's another one of my Chanel bags. I've got like 3 evening bags. We've got 3 more to go. No, I've just spotted another one. I'll try and whiz through this now. This is my Chanel beach bag. The first one that they ever launched was baby pink, and I kind of knew that we were going to bring it in grey, and I snapped this up in the second collection. It's a little bit faded where I have it in the sun all the time, but I sent this to Restoration Hardware and they cleaned it for me. I think it's a really nice beach bag. I thought about selling it, and it still crosses my mind. I think I'm going to take it on one more holiday and see how much I use it. But with being a mummy, I actually think this is a nice bag in the summer. So it's nice to have a nice beach bag, and the colour's just really practical for me. Goes with a lot of things, so I think I'll give that another chance. And then we'll talk about my micro bags that I have. So this isn't actually a micro bag, and I bought this one before the trend of the micro, and it wasn't intended for a bag. These for me are belts, and I love them with like a maxi blazer, dress. I use these charms to put on a bag. I'll put up a picture. I put them on bags, I put them on belts. They're really nice to just take away, like, you know, like a city trip or a holiday, and you can dress any outfit with them. But imagine this with this jacket, and wrapping it around your waist. Like imagine here with the jacket. That's such a nice look, isn't it? And then like just hold your phone or have a big maxi bag, and look how nice this goes with that. I can just hook it onto the chain. Isn't that so beautiful? Oh, I've got such an itchy nose. Sorry if that's been annoying. So, I think that's it. Or one more bag. And this is actually one of my latest ones. And they've got some more in stock. This is my latest baby bag. I still have the Gucci one, which I love and swear by. I think it's the most amazing baby bag. It's a lot more secure than this one. I'm still going to use that. But because Honoré is a bit older now, I only need like a couple of nappies, wet wipes, and I need like a snack. I don't need that much, but it's still too much to put in my handbag. So I put up a picture here. I clip it onto. I'm really loving it at the moment. And this one was a gift for me. But I clip that onto the pram. It's very easy to use. I can even like put my purse in there and use it as a bag as well. That fit me the other day when I went like this. Yeah, it does. And it's really good. Like I keep saying I'm going to start Pilates, but I haven't. I really wanted a bag that I could just take with me, that was nice for the day, but like a bit sporty, so I could take it with me when I go to Pilates. I'll probably be saying this for the next 3 years. But that is the final one. And I know that this video is so long, so thank you for your patience if you're still here. But there's a lot of bags to get through, and I want to try and tell you as much information as possible. Let's do this up so you can see it up. I want to tell you as much information as possible, so it's not just like, here's my 20 Chanel bags. I hope that the information has been useful, that you can, you know, get some inspiration if you're thinking about buying a vintage bag or a new classic flat bag, if you're deciding between the trendy and the classic flat. Are these evening pieces worth it? Like, I hope it's been enough information for you. I hope that you love the Urban Revivo pieces. Don't forget to use the discount code. It looks really nice done up, doesn't it? Really, really beautiful. So I'll leave the discount code and... Oh, it's a dramatic running up the stairs. Yeah, I hope I haven't missed anything. So that's my 4th Chanel bag collection with some inspired Chanel looks. I would love it if you would follow me on Instagram. Do not forget to enter that Chanel bag giveaway. Imagine if you pick up a couple of these pieces, enter the Chanel bag giveaway, and then you actually win a Chanel bag. Like, you're sorted. I'm so excited to see the winner. Imagine winning a Chanel bag. I wouldn't even mind winning myself. So thank you for watching. I'd love it if you would subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. I'm just packing away and I found this in the box. I'm gonna have to, I can't wait to give these to Honoré. So it's the Year of the Tiger, right? And Urban Revivo sent me these little tiger bags. But Honoré is going to absolutely love it. They come with a chain, but he is obsessed with baskets and bags and buckets, and he walks around the house climbing things, running around the garden, but always with a handbag or a bucket or a basket, and he just goes around picking it up, and if we go out he wants to take it. He is going to love this. How cute. Look, it comes with a chain and it's a little tiger bag. How cute is that for a little child? I mean, or an adult. I actually bought a flamingo once at the zoo, a flamingo bag like this. It's super soft. So I'll link them below. That is such a lovely present, isn't it? I can't wait to show Honoré that. I completely forgot to show this blazer and 2 other bags. So I have a beautiful blazer from Italy. I'll try and put up a picture. It's the perfect pink, and I found this on Urban Revivo. It is literally the same pink, same matte kind of finish, and it is the most beautiful blazer. How nice, with pink on pink or the classic black. And the 2 bags I completely forgot to show you. My vintage Chanel, which is one of the first bags that I got. I'm never keen on the new season rucksacks, whereas this one, I love the leather, I love how it's got the closure, the fastening. It's a lot safer than, say, the Gabrielle. I had that and sold it because everything kept falling out all the time. I can't part with this. I think this is nice to pass down. Again, the chunky chain. You can pick these up for a really good price, and I still always wear mine. I absolutely love them. The last piece is my wallet on a chain, and I know that so many of you would want to know about this. I used to have so many of these, and the reason why I don't have so many is literally because of my vlogging camera. It doesn't fit my vlogging camera, but I love the wallet on a chain. I do think they're overpriced to buy new. They used to be like £800, £880 they always used to be, and £9.90 for lambskin, and then they made it all the same price. But I kept one, the classic black. I do think they're great for travelling, for the passport and passport boarding pass, credit cards. I do think that they are a nice addition to anyone's handbag collection. And if you don't need a vlogging camera, then great. I love the crossbody. I would just recommend that you pick this up on a pre-loved market though, because new, I think it's overpriced. I wouldn't personally pay that much. But I do have one. Did sell all of them because I wasn't using them so much for everything I need, but I do think they're great to anyone's edition, and that's my one that I have. So the last two bags, and a nice little, like, just to show you that you can pick up blazers and tailoring on Urban Revivo as well. It's not just knitwear. And I think they did this in cream as well. And the last Urban Revivo set I want to show you, which is going to be so cute for the springtime, the summertime, is this little two-piece mini skirt, and then the cropped with the sleeve little shirt. How cute is that? It's very Alexandra Rich, which I said before, with the pearl and diamante buttons. That with a pair of denim. I think this looks really expensive, and that will look so, imagine that with like my huge oversized maxi white Chanel pair of jeans, or the mini. It's very Emily in Paris, isn't it? So that's another one. I think I'm going to take that to Paris. So make sure you follow me on Instagram if you want to see me wear that. But the link to that will be in the description box below.